Alrighty then. I guess I'll go rest at the inn real quick, and then we'll go do Primrose Chapter 3. I had to check real quick. I was like, today's Thursday, right? I hope today's Thursday. Would be better if it was Friday, but, you know. Can't have everything. Yep, that is the very last thing. Supposedly there's something that comes after. Just apparently nobody's figured it out yet. Alright. Primrose, we haven't done this one in a hot minute. Or her story anyway. We need this recap. In the town of Stillsnow, Primrose got her first taste of revenge. There she struck down the left wing of the crow, driving the dagger engraved with her family's words into his breast. Faith shall be your shield. The words had served her well. Now two remain, the man with the mark on his right arm, and the foulest bird of all with the mark on his neck. Go home to Noble Court, she was told. There you will find the truth you seek. But will this truth bring her peace or further pain? And so, after too many years, Primrose comes home.
Oh my.
Alright. We're gonna get a conspiracy. How about some crazy predictions? First crazy prediction. Her father's not dead. To build on that crazy prediction, not only is the father not dead, but he's running the organization. Boom. How's that for some hot takes?
No.
In the regular updates of the day, I went ahead and bought Kingdom Hearts 2.8. I think it's like Remix or Final Edition or whatever the random things. It was $20 on Amazon. I figured, you know, why not? Why not? I think I'll have time to play it. I really do. I really think I do. Assuming, you know, I end up enjoying the rest of the games. It could be possible that I won't like Kingdom Hearts anymore. That would be crazy, but it could be possible. And thus, you know, I wasted $20, but you know, it was within the budget. So I went ahead and copped that.
What? But...
Thankfully, I don't have to buy any games in October or November, though. So I'll be playing games that I already own. Those don't look like normal guards.
How can that...
Yep. See? Man, look at me. Catching on to things. Was a lot of dots, man. What you thinking?
Hey.
Forsyth. Anybody with the last name Forsyth is not a good guy. A raven.
Oh.
Yep, you ain't flying nowhere. I haven't said this in a while. I just say it again. I dig this music. Wait, how do you know that? Where are you getting that intel from, man? You know, maybe it wasn't in the budget to buy that, because I took a break from
Could it be?
fooding. Or, yeah, for my normal food.
Impossible.
I bought some tacos today. 12 tacos? 3 chicken,
Primrose.
3 carne asada, 3 al pastor, 3 carnitas. Yeah, 12.
Simeon.
And a carnitas burrito. I ate all the tacos, I haven't eaten the burrito. We'll see if I can save that for tomorrow. Kind of split the cost of food here, you know what I'm saying? Like $30. Which is actually a pretty good price for 12 tacos. I mean, but they are the tiny, like they're so tiny. You could eat them in 2 bites. You could probably eat them in 1 bite if you wanted to. They are really tiny tacos, but they are good. Now, they aren't the best tacos, though. There's a place about 30 minutes from where I live. I call it The Spot. Their food is so good. The best tacos. Then there's a place down the street. They got really good tacos, too. They're also really cheap tacos. So, you know, when I go there, we order in like 5 of each taco. I spend like $60 at that place. I don't play around when I go out to eat. Hope you're not getting too hungry. But if you are, go get some tacos. Wonderful food. Yeah, a little bit too much of a coincidence. And I've been watching The Dark Knight. I finished The Dark Knight today, and I was in the middle of watching Dark Knight Rises before the stream.
Primrose.
And the cop guy that, like, everybody thinks is going to be Robin. He was told, like, you can't believe in coincidences, man, so ain't no coincidences. Side note.
I'm sorry.
We're on the last quest line for this game, and we've only gotten 2 mentions of the Gate of Eden, something like that. Makes me believe that they're not going to tie any more characters to that. Maybe it will be just like a DLC thing, you know, like, hey, we're going to add 2 more chapters to these characters for $5 or $2 or whatever. Probably won't be $5. 2 chapters would be roughly 3 hours. Is that worth $5? Maybe. Simeon's gentle words stirred something in Primrose, a feeling she had not felt in many years. Obi-Wan Kenobi. For the first time in what seemed like forever, she felt somewhere deep in her heart a measure of peace. people supposed to recognize Primrose? She was a child when her father got killed, and she bounced out. I mean, sure, there's probably some sort of resemblance there, but I mean, like, when I was 9 years old, I don't really look all too similar to what I look like now. So, kind of straining a little bit of credibility right now.
Seeing you again, it brings back so many memories. Memories of my childhood days in this town. I could never understand why my father was so strict with me. I was always running off to the gardens for a good cry.
And that was where I would find you. And find an excuse to shirk my duties as gardener's apprentice. I wanted nothing more than to spend time with you. To be a part of your world. Little lady, why do you cry so?
What?
We couldn't help but be drawn to one another, like the bees drawn to the nectar of the fragrant blooms. You were always penning poems for me. Your words, your songs, gave me comfort and solace. In the darkest days after I lost Father, you would sing them for me over and over.
To tell the truth, Primrose, I left this town to search for you. I tried so many times to forget you, to accept that you were gone. Yet time and again, I found myself reciting the poems I had written you. Can you forgive me, Primrose?
There is nothing to forgive. It was all so very long ago. I too have moved on from those days. I have found my own reason to go on.
And when the moon waxes full and bright in dark heaven, and stars glitter worlds away from earthly sorrow, would that sleep hold you in her soft embrace? Then shall my eyes close, lips open in prayer, for it is only in dreams that we may meet again.
Simeon.
Then there was silence. In that moment, there was nothing that words could convey.
Lady Primrose, I intend to remain in town for some time yet. I still have not forgiven myself, knowing that I could not do more for you. It tortures me to this day. If there is any way at all, in which I can be of service to you, my lady, you need only say the word.
Thank you, Simeon.
His hat.
Enough distractions. I must find the men marked by the crow. But where to begin?
I'm sure there'll be someone who wants to talk.
A moment of your time.
Now, Cyrus already got his dance lessons. Now he's gonna want relationship advice. About to get a dagger in the back. Oh, cat is on the prowl. Actually, birds out there too, and they ain't running. I don't think Belle has ever caught a bird.
This is...
I wasn't expecting Ophelia to have one of these. I'm looking forward to this weekend. Nothing on the plate of things to do, but when you have the opportunity to do nothing, it's the best time in the world. And boy, do I love doing nothing. It's the greatest. Alrighty then.
Farewell.
All right. I know that's supposed to be Jeffrey. Can we just acknowledge that reads Geoffrey? Come on. Ridiculous.
What?
Doing nothing is also your favorite thing to do? Aw, yeah. Greatest thing in the world.
How could this...
I too love it so. You know, Narv,
Lady Primrose?
I was thinking to myself, you know, typically in a scenario like this, I would say, hey man, how's it going? How was your day? Things looking up? Something along those lines. But I feel like that happens all the time. Everybody says that. Everybody always gives, you know, typical response. And, you know, it's just kind of left dead right there. It's not really
Thank the gods.
something that gets things going in an interesting direction. So I was thinking to myself a couple days ago, you know, like, how can I do away with that? How can I stop asking people, how was your day? And I came to the conclusion that I should just not ask that and instead say, what was the best thing that happened to you today? How about that? Shaking it up. One little thing at a time. It'll get you thinking. Non-optimal social convention.
No.
It's perfect. There's no loopholes. There's no holes at all. It's wonderful. Been sleeping for most of the day? Oh yeah. I guess you do live in the future. You live in the far future. Maybe for you specifically, I should say, what's the best thing that happened to you yesterday? It'll take some time for me to work out all the kinks, but it still has no holes. I got this.
The truth.
You know,
is-
I've had an interesting dynamic at my job. For quite some time now.
I'm sorry.
I've ran into an issue where I've ran out of significant things to do. And that basically involved with me being forced to basically sit there and do nothing.
Actually,
I always prefer doing something over nothing, but when there's nothing to do, what else are you gonna do? So You know, I've browsed Reddit, I've worked on some tabletop stuff. You know, I try to pass the time as quickly as possible. But now they're starting to give me some tasks, and it's taking up some time. And I've reached that point where I'm like, really? You're gonna give me this to do? You know, like, I have nothing to do. Why would you give this to me? So now I'm trying to complete all that stuff as quickly as possible, so that I can go back to doing nothing. Even at work. Oh my goodness. Hopefully that feeling goes away. But I will say, Narv, that I greatly enjoy sleeping. And I kind of wish I slept more. I'm a fascinating character. I guess so. I do have some unique outlooks, I guess. Maybe some unique approaches
I know what I must do.
to life. Just the way it goes, I guess. Why is it all of a sudden hot right now? Like, I wasn't sweating this bad 30 minutes ago. I need a fan.
Oh!
Oh?
Maybe an index card.
It's not possible.
I do have to go back and say, back on the Dark Knight subject, that's a pretty good movie. And, you know, I some people might, yell at me or give me a thumbs down or give me a nasty comment for saying that I don't like Batman. Superman is the worst superhero, in my opinion. But Batman is the next worst for me. I'm not a fan of Batman. But the Dark Knight movie, The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, those are good movies. Like, I'm just not a fan of the character. You know, a billionaire that fights crime with gadgets. It's not that fun for me, I guess. You know, I like superpowers. Although, maybe it's not that fair for me to say, since Spider-Man... Well, Spider-Man still has superpowers. He has, like, the strength and the spidey senses. I do prefer the cartridge Spider-Man to the web slinging out of your wrist Spider-Man. I guess I will say that. Heath Ledger owned that movie. He did. He did. It's really a shame that that was basically the end of his era. Tinctures. And I think I mentioned this a few days ago. I watched all of the first 4 Mission Impossible movies. I should clarify. I watched the first Mission Impossible movie, started watching the second one, decided that I didn't like that movie, skipped it, went on to the third one, decided that one... Which one was that one? Oh, I watched that one. That was the one where he gets married. And I was wondering, like, how are they going to fix this in the 4th movie? Because, you know, you don't just get married. And after all the drama that they went to, you know, they ain't going to break up. So what are they going to do? They ain't going to bring this actor back. That, you know, not going to happen whatsoever. They got divorced. It was just kind of like one of those little side conversations, like, oh man, you know, I'm sorry about so and so. Like, all right, well, there's that. But yeah, good movies. I still need to watch the 5th Mission Impossible movie again, you know, just for fun. And eventually need to watch the one in theaters. A lot of movies that I haven't watched that I need to watch. You like the first 2 Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. Superman, you only saw the 70s and 80s versions. Good for their time. Those were all right, the Superman ones. I'm gonna say this, and it kind of follows my stance of Star Wars, where I like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans as well. I'm trying to remember the villains. It was Green Goblin. Was it Dr. Octopus next? I think it was Dr. Octopus next. And then Venom, Sandman, a million other people. I thought there was one before Dr. Octopus though. I didn't really like the Dr. Octopus one that much. But I did like the Green Goblin one. I thought that was pretty good. You know,
Lady Primrose?
I also liked the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. I think that's his name. He was in The Social Network. I liked that one. I didn't get to see the one after that though. And I heard that one was really bad. And then the third Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, I thought that one was not very good. But like as a whole, I really liked Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, and I think they had something good going there. It's a shame that they got rid of it. The current Spider-Man, drop them frames. The current Spider-Man, I think, is fantastic. The actor, the direction that they're going with him, is pretty great. There's some criticisms that they're kind of turning him into like an Iron Man or something like that, and I kind of agree with that, but
No.
it doesn't bother me that. You wanted to like that one, you just couldn't. You're talking about the Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't know. Third one was all over the place. They tried too hard without really hitting the mark.
Lady Primrose.
I agree. I think it was Sam Raimi that was the director. They shoehorned in Venom, and that wasn't a good idea. Apparently, at least from what I read, he didn't want to do it, but you know, the executives and who else told him that he needed to do it, and how they did it was just really, really, really lame. And we all know that guy from that 70s show could not have been Brock, Eddie Brock. All right, like I get it, you know, maybe you want to like kind of reverse the roles a little bit. You know, Eddie Brock was kind of this like huge mountain of a guy, and okay, let's cast a skinny guy. You know, okay, but Eddie Brock was a sucker fool. He wasn't a very nice guy, and when you're a skinny dude, you're not going to be that much of a bully. Take it from a skinny guy. All the skinny kids get bullied. All the skinny kids are nerds too. Crazy correlation. I might have went through that a little quick, but you know. I can't steal from you. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man didn't do it for you. It's been a while since I've seen it. I might check that one out again. You're skinny and you can't argue with my logic? Aw, yeah. There's few things greater than the feeling of being right. Boy, do I love being right. I don't always fight to be right. But I like being right. There we go. I wanted one of these. Sometimes you gotta accept your losses when you got them. That's fine. A regretful turn of events. I have not read any of the dialogue whatsoever. So I have no idea what's going on, but eventually we're gonna kill some guy that's part of the Obsidians.
Lovely.
You literally just walked like 10 steps. Gonna just point?
I owe you a debt.
What are my thoughts on the Terminator movies? Oh, it's been a while since I've watched those.
Lady Primrose?
But I will say that I've watched them at least within the last like 8 years or so. So I have like some vague memories of them. The first Terminator movie definitely wasn't what I remembered, but it was okay. It was alright. The second one is definitely super, super good. That one is probably a classic movie. I really liked the liquid Terminator guy. He was awesome. Which one came after that? I think I have. Which one came after that? For a moment. Is it the Terminator or just Terminator? I don't. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. So then Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. I don't think I like that one. Terminator Salvation. I don't remember that one. I don't know if I like that one either, though. Second one is your favorite movie of all time, hands down. Ho, ho, ho. It's a really good movie. 100%. I'm not really sure what my favorite movie of all time would be.
So then...
I always kind of have trouble with of all time lists. Mostly because my memory is not the best. But I will say some of my favorite movies out there. I might just have to go down this list real quick. Oh. See, just off of this list, Beverly Hills Cop. Really liked that movie. Is Die Hard with a Vengeance the one with Samuel L. Jackson? Because I really like that one. Or is that Die Harder? Or Die Hard 2?
Yeah.
Whichever one that is, I really like that one. Die Hard 1 is pretty good too. Let's see. Equilibrium. Really like that movie. Let's see. You know, I might actually put Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, on my favorite movies of all time list. The first one is pretty dang good. It is pretty up there. Ocean's 11. That's probably top 5 for me, if not top 3. That Ocean's 11. Oh my gosh, that movie's so good. Oh, I get control. Alrighty, let me equip some skills real quick. Gonna walk real quick while I go down this. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. That's probably top 10.
I will battle.
I am ready.
The Illusionist with Edward Norton. That's probably top 15. Princess Bride is top 20 probably. Although it probably would be in my top 10, to be honest. But I'll say top 20 just to be safe. Even though by saying it's top 20, I'm adding so much disrespect to that movie when it doesn't deserve it. Because it is so good. Toy Story might actually deserve to be on like a top 20 list for me. Toy Story is a pretty good movie. And so that, you know, The Incredibles is probably up there too. Although, at least for me, I'm not like the biggest person on animated movies. So for me to say that those are really good movies, I think is pretty good praise coming from me. Alright, let's bust up a sucker.